Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy. I'm back. So always start with some drama, some jiu-jitsu drama. We got Mikey Musamechi shares his opinion on ecological BJJ training. Both are super important. Well, you heard it from Mikey. Mikey has weighed in on the ongoing debate regarding surrounding ecological training methods in the sport of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. His opinions echo that of the Mendez brothers, who previously stated that ecological training has been a part of Jiu-Jitsu for a long time, just under a different terminology. So we used to call it just positional sparring, but it's been rebranded. So that's how it goes. Sometimes things get rebranded. Um, Mikey also emphasized that it's already an essential component of the sport. The truth is, both extremes, just eco or just drilling, would be wrong, but both together and what jiu-jitsu are. But both together are what jiu-jitsu actually is. Ecological training is just specific training. That makes it like something new that's trending right now, but it's just specific training. And he says, you learn in a spot that there's only a certain amount of reactions your partner could give you. Like they post their arm, they put their weight on their back leg, and with this, you problem solve. Jiu-jitsu, you problem solve. So jiu-jitsu is a problem solving art form, basically. So I think we actually can see the post. Can we see what Mikey was saying?
Hey guys, so today I'm going to discuss something that's super controversial in Jiu-Jitsu right now, is debate of ecological Jiu-Jitsu versus moves. Now the truth is, both extremes would be wrong, but both together are what Jiu-Jitsu actually is. Ecological Jiu-Jitsu is just specific training. They make it like it's some new thing that's trending right now, but it's just specific training. And with specific training, why it's so important, you learn in a spot that there's only a certain amount of reactions your partner can give you. Like they post their arm, they put their weight on their back leg. And with this, you problem solve. Jiu-Jitsu is all problem solving. Based on a reaction your partner gives you, you solve it with a certain reaction. You solve it with a certain move. Every reaction requires a different move. Now, if you're just doing Jiu-Jitsu based on moves, which some people do as well, then you need a lot of force, a lot of strength, a lot of lifting weights in order to do your moves. Why? Because then you have to literally force your partner to give you a reaction that isn't even there. You have to pry their arm open when there's something so much easier to use, which is what is not good in jiu-jitsu either. So if you're doing ecological jiu-jitsu or specific training without actually putting moves into place, you won't even know what you're doing. If you're just doing moves without reactions, then you're just forcing your moves and you're still not doing jiu-jitsu correctly. So if you see what I'm saying, both are super important and you need both in order to do jiu-jitsu.
Us. Thanks, Mikey. So, we'll keep following the debate, which is basically people telling you to do both. Now we got Sebastian Broche. He says BJJ blue belts are the best coaches for beginners. So I don't know if I agree with this, Sebastian, but let's read on. We'll give you a fair read. Sebastian Broche, founder of Yoga for BJJ, has shared his thoughts on who should be teaching the classes for beginners. And in his opinions, it's not the black belts, but rather the blue belts. I don't think the black belts want to teach the beginners, but he says, I believe the best jiu-jitsu teacher for beginners are blue belts. If you take a blue belt that is good at teaching, nope. Well, I can use that argument for everybody. Well, you take a purple belt that's good at teaching. You take a brown belt that's good at teaching. Heck, you take a white belt that's good at teaching. No. You said blue belt. I'm assuming average blue belt, average skill, average technique, average teaching, or no teaching ability because they usually haven't been teaching. That's what I'm coming from, okay? They're going to teach a much better beginner's class than a black belt. I can't agree with that, bro. There's probably going to be one or two. There's going to be a certain percentage of outliers. Some people that just understand jiu-jitsu. They've been self-taught. Think of someone like Joseph Chin. He has a great understanding of jiu-jitsu. But how many Joseph Chins are there? There's not that many. Or unless they have teaching experience already from, school or some other sport. He says that while black belts have years of experience, they often suffer from expert bias. Yeah, but if you've been teaching beginners for years, you've seen everything, you have experience, you know exactly where they're going to struggle, how they're going to struggle, when they're going to struggle. That blue belt don't have that experience, meaning their deep understanding of the art can make it difficult for them to empathize with beginners who are struggling with fundamentals. So we do see some of this with some instructors that are used to, I see this with instructors that were just used to teaching, advanced students, or, they're just coming straight from competition. If you haven't taught kids, you haven't taught beginners before, as a black belt, you're going to struggle. You're not going to, like you said, you won't be able to empathize. But if you've been teaching the whole time, your understanding is not even, like, if I teach a beginner, bro, I already know I'm not going to say I know everything, but bro, I know where they're going to struggle. They're going to struggle with the shrimping. They're going to struggle with the bridging. They're going to struggle with this, that. I'm already ready. I already have so many tools. I'm like the mechanic. I got the tool. Here's the tool for that. Up. That little obscure little thing. Up. I know what to do. You can't underwrite experience, guys. And it sounds like who he's talking about, an expert, didn't have the experience with beginners. So, some teachers will specialize. Some teachers, they're great at no gi. All right. You put them in the gi, they can't help you. Some, and then the reverse. And then some people are great with the kids, but then they can't teach the adults because they're too corny. They're making these jokes, and the adults are like, bro, come on, be serious. And then some people are too focused on the high level jiu-jitsu meta, blah, blah, blah. And then they can't show, the armbar from closed guard or something, or some self-defense. We all got holes in our games, bro. I don't care who you are. You could be Danaher, you could be I'm not gonna say Marcelo, but even those high level guys got some holes somewhere. An area they haven't been really focusing on. So he has a little. We're gonna watch a little bit, guys. Quick little bit,
Sebastian, welcome to the podcast. How are you, buddy?
Thank you very much.
Fernando,
I am
that's
doing
you, bro.
great. Exhausted with 3 kids, but it's good times.
Oh, wow. What ages are your children?
4,
and just thinking about.
All right, so there's a whole big warm up debate. We'll get to the other part, guys. But that warm up debate, some schools hate warm ups, some schools never do warm ups, some schools love warm ups. Let's see what Sebastian got to say.
A jiu-jitsu class. So you do a lot of teaching, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So obviously, a lot of instructors will do different things, and there's a lot of opinions around what a jiu-jitsu warm-up should look like. What do you typically do with your students, and what do you think the best approach to jiu-jitsu and warming up looks like?
I want to just really quickly just go the background story. I thought that the most important thing for jiu-jitsu is our body. I still believe that, and if you can move your body and your body is strong and mobile, you can do jiu-jitsu. But then there is another factor, and that is the teacher and the design of a jiu-jitsu class, like how the class is taught and how it's designed, leaves a lot to be desired. So I think jiu-jitsu can be a good business. If you want to live from jiu-jitsu and have a gym and be a teacher, it can be really worthwhile, because you're every class you're changing people's lives for the better if you do it well. But if you want to make money from jiu-jitsu, the first 10, 15, 20 minutes of the class should be leading up to the technique, so that your muscle memory and your body is primed and prepared to do that movement. Tell me how many classes you've been to where you felt like the whole class had purpose from beginning to end.
Yeah, a few. To be fair, we've been fortunate. We've had some good instructors. So.
Oh, good. Well. That's not the standard. Like I've been training jiu-jitsu and judo for 33 years, and almost never have we done a warm-up that was relevant to the technique. It's more like we do some warm-up for 5-10 minutes, and then we do technique, and then we do sparring, and like there's very little consistency through the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so
that's great. So
he's saying we're gonna skip through it, Sebastian. He's kind of saying you should do more specific movement style warm up. So I guess, hey, if you're gonna work triangles, do hip openers, scorpion pose, other stretches that open up those hips. So think about that, guys. Some of you guys throw us into the technique. I be stretching during the technique now. I be moving my body during the technique. But I do like a good warm up. So let's see what he says about the blue belts teaching.
Expert bias. I like that. It's good.
I was just thinking that's really good. That's a really good term, isn't it? Because there's so many. You think of even jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
When a really good practitioner of jiu-jitsu talks about jiu-jitsu, they always coming from a view of like everyone else is at times shit, or everyone else is at times not as good, or how can they not do this move or this movement? And then sometimes you can be that far ahead that you forget what it was like when you first walked in the gym.
You're right. Yeah, expert bias is basically stacked assumptions on top of assumptions, and that's why, like, I want to plug one thing that I talked about teaching jiu-jitsu, and I believe the best jiu-jitsu teacher for beginners, not for everybody, but for beginners, is blue belts. Like if you take a blue belt that is good at teaching,
Can't use
they're
that
going to
argument.
teach a much better beginner's class than a black belt.
Can't use that argument.
Because the black belt has that bias and have so many assumptions, and they're so sick of saying the same thing a million times.
That's true.
And they're so frustrated that the students can't even understand what the right and left hand is. The blue belt just went through the journey. They have all the relatable stories still fresh in their mind. And they're really motivated to help because they're still excited about jiu-jitsu. The black belt,
they're gonna be showing the wrong stuff.
They can't remember being a beginner. They're
techniques.
like most of them couldn't bother. Some black belts are great teachers, but most black belts should not teach beginners. They should teach the advanced students. So giving the beginners.
Yeah, so you heard it from Sebastian. I think also I'm coming from a different experience. Like the school I came under was like a finishing school for athletes. So it would take athletes super great at jiu-jitsu, world champion, blah, blah, blah. And it would show them the business, how to teach, how to run the kids, how to run the white belts, how to run blah, 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 blah. So it was like a finishing school. So I think, not every school has those resources like a bigger school, but especially if you're a high level person and you're looking to open up your school, go through that process first. Go through teaching the kids, go through teaching the beginners. See how to run the front desk. See how the sales process. Some people open schools, they haven't done sales before. Like, how are you going to open up your school? You never done sales. You haven't sold someone on a program. And, it's not hard. You see the Gracies do it all the time. That's why they hit that self-defense angle. Because that's there's certain ways to sell people. You appeal to their ego. Or, a life's necessity. So in jiu-jitsu, what's the life necessity? Is health, right? Protecting yourself. That's usually it. That's the two main ones, right? So you got to learn that when you're opening up your program, and you got to learn how to deal with the beginners and be patient. I mean, I don't have as much patience as I used to, but if you have a school, you got to be patient. Or you have blue belts teaching your beginners class, but I don't suggest that. If you want to check it out, this is on BJEE, and this was Your Biggest Opponent in Jiu-Jitsu is Your Body by Sebastian Broche. And I can't see the podcast.
Class, the introduction.
I can't see it, guys. Oh, there it is. Let's see. The Grapplers Perspective podcast, and they have 5.29K. So go check them out. So let's hit Reddit. I had to warm myself up before I hit up Reddit, bro. You got to warm up before the technique. I got to warm up before Reddit. And so we got Stephan Kesting. He just came out with a new book. It says Perseverance, Life and Death in the Subarctic. And he says one of the themes of the new book I just published is how grit, toughness, and problem-solving skills developed in one area, example, BJJ, translate into other seemingly unrelated areas as well. So we might need to check that book out. Would you guys like me to check that book out? Let me know in the comments. Of course, we got Steve Kwan, aka Mr. BJJ Mental Models, over there commenting. He's asking if there's an audio version. That audio, bro, the film audio, it is not like, I'm just going to knock it out real fast, guys. I got to do like several takes. My voice be dry. I got to drink some water. Be weird sounds in the background. Like, there's an airplane. I got to redo everything all over again. So yeah, check it out, guys. It says he did a 1,000-mile solo journey through the remote Canadian wilderness without any without all that blood, sweat, and tears on the mat, especially after a kidney transplant. Wow, pretty inspiring. I spent 5 years writing and editing this book, so I'm going to unapologetically pimp it. You can grab it at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Indigo Books, and a surprising number of independent bookstores. Oh, man, that might be worth checking out, guys. We're going to check it out real fast. Hopefully it doesn't show my Amazon account. There we go. So yeah, Perseverance, Life and Death in the Subarctic. And basically what he said is following his kind of his journey. So you might need to check that out, guys. Stephen Kesting, if you're watching this, let me know. I would love to review your book, but I got to get your permission first before I review any of that stuff. You can get the Kindle version for $18.99, hardcover $26, and then maybe the audio CD. So check it out, guys. It just came out, so you can support these guys that are been putting out good content, which I'm all for. I want you to support me, but I also want you to support the other people out there. So now we got a new video. It says, that's not, what was the tagline for this? They're saying this is the new Mica, basically. Let me look at it because I want you to see the thumbnail that they put up for this. And it was, let's see, there, the new Mica. That's what made me click on it. So we're gonna see how good this kid is. And his name is Caleb Henrique. And he's a kid, but this is how Mica looked back in the day. Wasn't that long ago, but fresh teenagers just fighting it out, and then they become killers later on, right? So it's kind of good the kind of I don't want to say sport to spot the new up and coming guys and see what they're doing, and then later on you're like, oh yeah, I remember that kid. Oh, he just won world championships at black belt. He came out of nowhere. It's like, no, we saw him coming. So I believe he's the kid that's on top right now. Got a nice little double leg to start this match. That's great. I got a feeling these matches ain't going the distance. So head and arm choke, probably gonna get the finish. Points for him out. Oh, that's not. You should have gotten points, I think. So these kids basically have all the skills of, the level. They're blue belts. They're just younger, more reckless. That gives them. So 9. Let's see. So 2, 3, and 4. Okay. I don't know what's going on with the points. I don't know what happened with the points there, but he gets the tap. Yo, I'm trying to calculate the points. Start going up too fast. Yeah, another match. Let's watch one more, guys. Just want to see how the kids are moving. So he's got pretty good stand-up, right? And good passing, submissions, shooting in. Yeah, look at that. Who says jiu-jitsu people can't do takedowns? Hey, that was me rolling with Richard the other day. Richard, I haven't forgotten, bro. My back still hurts, man. So good wrestling from this kid. Nice, right to mount. Jesus Christ. Kind of old school. Jiu-jitsu mixed with wrestling style takedowns, singles and doubles. Going out of bounds, so he should get another 2 points, I believe. You're not supposed to roll out of bounds in a submission or anything. Oh, so he just got penalized. See, 2 points. So that means they're going to restart them. Usually, restart. No. Oh, dang, that sucks. Usually they just restart you, and the other guy gets the 2 points, but they're just going to put them back. I mean, when I say restart, like neutral, but now they put them on the back, so not much you can say or do at this point. You just got to, survive He probably not. Nice. Rear naked choke. Nice. So this kid's good. I mean, if you want to check him out some more, go ahead, guys. But it's good to see, you see the blending of wrestling with the jiu-jitsu. So back on Reddit, good old Reddit. It says, what does self-defense in BJJ actually mean? I, like many others, originally got into BJJ because I was interested in self-defense. I started at a Gracie University school. You guys love Gracie University, huh? And quit because I wanted to roll. No way. Bro, we're saying, I was talking to Jer and one of the ladies, she was like, I don't have to roll. She was so happy. I switched to a more sports-focused academy and loved it. That was about a year and a half ago, and I've made some considerable progress through my white belt journey. I've gotten in much better shape. Rolling got you in better shape? Rolling? Began rolling with some intensity, won a couple of local BJJ competitions, lost several more, even got belted at an affiliated judo school. I think BJJ is a beautiful art, and I'm so happy that I've become one of its many members. It's crazy because I see the opposite. Sometimes the people at the tough schools are like, I want to go to the easy school. And then some people at the easy schools are like, I want to go to the tough school. So the grass is always greener, right? Despite all this, I still find myself wondering if I'm actually any safer. There's so much on the internet focused on self-defense, but I have trouble trusting the advice. I feel like there's too much BS out there, and those situations are too chaotic to really train for. Well, rolling is chaotic. What are you talking about? I mean, you can go train some Krav Maga. Let them eye poke you, kick you in the groin. Then you can get some real training, right? I mean, everything within reason, guys. I'm looking for some realistic understanding of the role BJJ plays in self-defense. What techniques are most important to self-defense? I mean, you should know that. If you train at Gracie University, they tell you all that stuff. What role does the sport of BJJ and free rolling play in self-defense? Well, it's like the simulated chaos. Why are you asking this question? For those that have used BJJ in self-defense, what happened? They probably tried to de-escalate it. They probably tried not to fight. Do you feel that you were actually adequately prepared? Thank you for taking the time to read this and provide your opinion. He said, there do exist a small number of combat arts that increase your odds in a 1v1 unarmed combat. BJJ, boxing, judo, Muay Thai, MMA, really any of the sport arts. Unarmed is the key word. You are prepared now for an unarmed combat. Then you are more prepared for unarmed combat than before you started. That's it. You are already better than untrained than you for that limited scenario. I'm just kind of confused what the person's asking for. Maybe they should go back to the Gracie University. They obviously did not study at the Gracie University. So it's crazy. He wants self-defense, but he was at the Gracie University that teaches only self-defense. But now he's asking about self-defense. I'm confused. Reddit, I'm confused. So yeah, it's going to increase your odds in 1v1. I mean, heck. Yo. And the caveat I mentioned with all students is if you start winning against an unarmed attacker, they normally have friends watching or is actually armed and wanted to get away without an assault with a deadly weapon charge. Listen, I hate these self-defense talks because it's like, what if? There's a million what ifs. If they have a weapon, best give your wallet, keys, whatever to that person. If they're coming for your life, all right, you fight for your life. All these scenarios, I mean, that's the whole point of doing the tournaments and rolling hard is to prepare you for someone trying to hurt you. And of course, it's different if they have weapons and knives. Some places train that stuff. I don't know. But even those places, it's kind of choreographed, right? We watched the Valenti Bros. They're not coming at you, all right, come at me with the knife. They go like, kind of telegraph it. You see it coming. They're not like, like a real crazy person, right? Which is hard to simulate. How do you simulate crazy person? I mean, you could do like the Gracies did and go fight on the street. I mean, I don't suggest it. Especially some places like here in Atlanta. Don't fight on that street. They're gonna blow you away. So actually, I'm gonna switch these videos up. So talking about self-defense, we got a little video of a BJJ black belt resisting arrest for police academy training. So they were kind of, does this stuff actually work? I don't know what's wrong with that person, bro. They might have been trolling. I can't tell when they be trolling me sometimes on Reddit, bro. So we're actually gonna see how a black belt would, kind of escape the police. I'm not saying black belts should be doing this, but it's possible. So the black belt's on the bottom with the long hair. Is that you, Tony? Basically using basic wrestling techniques and control. Stop resisting! Stop resisting! He's not resisting. He's fighting you. So pretty interesting to see, like, if you have a little bit of training, you can basically beat the police. they ain't got no cardio, bro. Stop resisting! Stop resisting! My man gassed out. Help me! Help me!
What's your status? You shot yourself in the head.
You shot yourself in the head. Oh. I like how you look at that sport specific technique right there. They don't show that in Gracie University. Use the straight jacket leg control to stop the gun. Yo, that's pretty. The thing is, if you take people that do sport jiu-jitsu and you're like, all right, let's figure out the self-defense, they would come up with some cool stuff. They'd be doing a barabolo. He'll hook your leg off, take your gun, shoot you. Some John Wick, basically John Wick. Yeah, basically. So that's kind of like what could happen for a trained person versus an untrained person. So I don't know if that answered that person's question, but I don't know. Back onto Reddit real quick. How do I tell my professor that I'm leaving our gym for 2 minutes away? Oh, dang. That happens, bro. I mean, that's like, I better stop. I was about to make an analogy, but I'll stop. I'm 17 years old and have been training almost daily for 1.5 years. That's like the average time people on Reddit have been training. Earning my blue belt a few months ago, I've noticed that the level of competition at my gym is mediocre at best. And I feel as if there is no more room for me to improve. Bro, what do you know, bro? You 17. You've been training less than 2 years. You don't know nothing, bro. Let's see. There's nothing for me to improve unless I surround myself with people who are much better than me. Although my professor is a genuinely nice guy, he hands out stripes and belts like candy. Wait. Is it Gracie University? No. I'm sorry, Gracie University. I like Gracie University. There are people at my gym who started in August 2024 with no prior grappling experience, and they have already gotten their blue belts. Ooh, that's a little quick. I don't know. As you can imagine, they are not blue belt level like me. They give me the same level of competition and roles as 2-stripe white belts from other gyms. There is a much more high-level gym 2 minutes away. Why didn't you go there from the beginning? I get it, you're 17. Maybe you weren't in control of that. Yeah, I mean, he probably started at 15, 16, right? So his parents put him over there. And I really want to switch there. I have friends that train there, and I'm also friends with the coach there. The issue is my friend who switched out of my gym has told me that my professor claims that he ghosted the gym and betrayed him. Oh, he ghosted it. Who cares what the coach says? Even though he moved 50 minutes away. How do I bring this up to you? I mean, I don't know, bro. Give him a pineapple, but hand it to him upside down. Thanks, Reddit. Thank you, Reddit. Reddit, thank you. I just asked ChatGPT. That's such a Reddit thing to do for help, but to respond for he asked for a response on ChatGPT, but as a British gangster. Oi, professor, listen up, mate. Yeah, you know I got mad respect for ya, innit? But I gotta be real with you, fam. I've been training proper for a minute now. Yeah, I'm feeling like I ain't getting pushed no more. You get me? The competition around here ain't bringing the heat. I'm trying to level up. You feel me? There's this other gym just a couple minutes away. I got mates there, bruv. They're on a different level, and I reckon that's where I need to be, as if I'm going to keep progressing. Okay. Yeah, it says 3 important rules for breaking up. Don't put off breaking up when you know you want to prolong the situation. Only makes it worse. Yeah, don't put off breaking up when you know prolonging the situation only makes it worse. Tell him honestly, simply, kindly, but firmly. Don't make a big production. Don't make up an elaborate story. This will help you avoid a big tear-jerking scene if you want to date other people. So be prepared for the boy to feel hurt and rejected. Oh no, I'm getting different advice. Bro, Reddit got me, bro. Reddit got me. Just go to the other gym, cancel that membership. Be like, hey, these guys suck over here. You suck. The blue belts suck. I'm leaving. I'm going to the school right across the street. We got this 51-year-old purple belt versus aggressive young belts. Young white belt. So we're gonna see how this old guy holds up against the young guy.
In this video, I'm rolling with Chris. Chris is
they got the white belt.
A white belt.
Look at that white belt.
Another video with recently. He's a bit aggressive. So in this video, I try to tame him.
I wish the white belts could see how they're
20
rolling.
Years younger than me. He's probably heavier than me, and he's in much better shape than me. Genetically gifted, perhaps. Here he goes. He's coming at me real aggressive. He tried to drag me down by the back of my gi.
Gee, where you at, bro?
He's forcing me to play a
This
guard.
guy 51. He's training.
He's got good athletic ability.
So good
now
guard
I'm trying
work
to
from
pull
the guy
his
on
arm
bottom.
in between my legs and try to set something up using collar sleeve. And he just kind of falls a little bit sideways, and I'm able to get my body behind
Do these
his
guys
right
actually stay in
tricep,
jiu-jitsu like those
his
white
right
belts
arm,
like these?
And now
Do
he
they
can
actually
never bring
stay,
it
or are they
back.
just kind
And
of
I
burn
just
out?
bring him over with my hips and get right to
Hey, yo.
mount. He's using a lot of strength. He's a strong guy. I'm trying to teach him to slow down, and
He
he's
ain't gonna slow
trying,
down.
believe it or not.
Is he? You sure?
But
This is the white belt
some
slowing
people
down.
just have one speed. And those people are dangerous when they're young and strong. So here I'm cooking him a little bit. I'm in a high mount.
That old man jiu-jitsu right there,
I got
man.
my
You
feet
ain't
on his
getting out
hips
of
so
there.
he can't bring his legs back into it. And I have his elbows separated from his body.
Just fundamentals,
Which
man.
is pretty much, I think, the main goal of mounting if you're not choking the guy. So now I have his elbows away from his body. His arms are super weak in this position. He's trying to bench press me off him.
Yo.
And I'm just...
How come every white belt's the
again,
same, bro? They
cooking
be
him a
doing
little.
the same
Here he did
stuff.
a huge hip bump.
Same crazy moves.
But he didn't shoot his hips back out and make a frame and shoot his hips back out. So here he goes. He gives me his back.
Giving up the back.
I'm going to grab his lapel from across the other side and use that to pull him over onto his side.
Bro, all white belts roll the same, just about.
Also,
bro.
he's
It's
trying to do
insane.
something with my foot.
They all do
and
the
it
same
allows,
stuff.
His neck is wide open, and I just rear naked choke him here, even though we're out of the frame. His neck
You know
is
he's
just wide
frustrated. He's
open.
getting beat by an old dude. Yo, why this old dude beating me up?
So here he comes again.
In his head, he's like, I'm stronger,
He
I'm faster,
actually
I'm
asked
better than
to
him.
roll with me because I tried to teach him the last time, and so after that last round, I went and I
My
picked
man
him
does
out.
not want to go to close guard. And
So
it
here
gets
I did
hit
my
with the
tripod sweep,
sweep.
but he was able to hold me down. So I'm pulling my guard.
White
my
belts,
usual
learn
guard.
technique, man. Jesus, there's so much. Oh, dang. Get him, tap him. Lock it. Lock it. Come on,
Trying
old
to
man.
roll him over and get on top.
Come on, old man.
Super strong
There you
guy.
go.
So here I was trying to finish the triangle. He starts bench pressing me off him. I'm able to switch my base and switch my hips to
Look
just
at this
beat
old man
anything
using that
he's doing with
technique,
his
bro.
arms.
That's awesome, bro.
And then I put my knee right on his belly. But again, even now, I'm not crushing him. I'm not punishing him. I'm containing. And I Americana'd him there.
These white belts,
And
bro.
I
I don't know
got
what
it
they
pretty
be
quick
doing.
because if he knew it was coming, he would muscle out of it. So I did it on the sneak there. He just lifted his hand the wrong way, and it was there. Here I'm letting him kind of get wrist control, and he throws me back.
If you guys want to watch more of this is a 51-year-old purple belt versus aggressive young white belt. So, I mean, and it's jiu-jitsu over 50. I'm going to give you guys a subscribe. That's awesome. We're gonna look at some more of these videos, guys. I want to see some more of these videos. So yeah, if you under 50 and you complaining, you got a boo boo on your finger. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Let's see. You've got the most savage match and DQ in jiu-jitsu. So I'm assuming these are the white belts. What do you guys think? You think these are blue belts or white belts? Caralho, porra, God. That was a collar tie. That was just a failed collar tie, right, guys? Oh. Yo, Fight Sports. I don't know where this is. He should be disqualified. Both of these guys should be disqualified. The match should have been over because it's escalated already. It's too escalated. He just fucking headbutted. I'm sorry. I'm cursing. He just headbutted that guy. Bro, they ready, bro. They ready, bro. Two. I don't know if these are white belts. These might be white belts. Yo, what's going on? Don't slam him. Don't slam him. He ready to slam him. What tournament is this? I feel like it's in Europe. Could be Spain or Portugal. Where do you think this is, guys? Oh, he just hit his head. Dang. They don't have the technique for their aggression. Tied. Yo. Why is he going so hard? Why is he going so hard? I just headbutted him. Yo, they should have stopped this match. This match was no good. The referee has to know, all right, disqualify both. They're both disqualified. Get them out of there, bro. What are they doing? She don't know what she's doing. They don't know what they're doing. This is why I be doing IBJJF. They got some rules at IBJJF. They ain't got no rules right here. Nobody knows what the rules are. They're like, time, dude over here still choking them, headbutting. This match should not have kept going. She doesn't know. She doesn't know what's going on. She's like, "Is that 2 points? Okay." Look at the medical staff over there getting ready. They're getting their gloves ready. I can't watch anymore, guys. I can't watch it. This is some BS right here. But if you want to watch that, that is the most savage match and DQ in jiu-jitsu. But why were they still fighting? The DQ should have been at the beginning. The slap, that wasn't a DQ. The headbutt, that wasn't a DQ. All right. All the other stuff, I'll let you guys. I can't watch that, bro. Now let's look at some real good technique. We watched all that crazy stuff. Actually, before we get into the technique, let's talk about the sponsors of this video. So we got Inverted Gear. Where's Inverted Gear at? They're still running that spring sale, 25% off. Spring cleaning 25. All right. You got them. I also have my own code. I just got my own code, guys. I'm happy. Where's the code at? Right there. Can I change the color? Offer code ALEC. I'm so lucky. Thank you, Nelson. You know, I had to get my name for my offer code, man. Can you guys see that? The color's not the easiest to see. But anyway, yeah, offer code ALEC for Inverted Gear as well. I don't know if you can I don't think you can stack the codes on, guys. But yeah, you can use offer code Spring Cleaning 25 or use offer code ALEC on any of your inverted gear purchases. So if you're looking for a new gi, looking for some new rash guards, your old rash guard is disintegrating, falling apart, go ahead and check out invertedgear.com. And while I'm saying that, let's let the man himself. Where's the man himself? Where's he at? Where's Inverted Gear Nelson? He's here.
Crazy Nelson here to tell you about InvertedGear.com holiday sale. Craziest sale ever. Taking 25% off your entire order. We got white keys. We got black keys. We got gray keys. We got keys in every size you can imagine. Want something light and sporty? Try Light Pro Weave. Feels like rolling in a cloud. Want something as tough as you are? Throw on some panda armor and ride into battle like a beast. This is the craziest sale yet. Grab your gi before they're gone, and believe me, they will be gone. Black Friday sale runs from November 19th through November 27th. Offer good while supplies last. Based on InvertedGear.com for more details.
Thank you, Crazy Nelson. Guys, that's Inverted Gear Nelson. That's the head panda. We got the head rooster, if you guys know who the head hooster. And we got head panda. That's him and Hillary, head pandas. So check out those guys if you need some new gear. You know, I'm not going to force you to get new gear. But if you want to look fly, you want to feel cool, want to join the Panda Nation, go ahead, offer code ALEC. And then we got my other sponsor, BJJ Mental Models. You guys, man, I've been checking some of the numbers. You guys have been out there subscribing to BJJ Mental Models, you know. Of course, they had the free YouTube content. But if you're looking for a little bit something more, go check out BJJ Mental Models. And we actually got the head of the BJJ Mental Models here today, too. Let's see what he's got to say. Mr. Stephen Kwan, what do you got to say? Where are you at? He's here.
If you join BJJ Mental Models Premium, you get a free Yoga for BJJ subscription included in your membership. That is an awesome perk. I am not aware of anyone else with the kind of value stack that we provide here. A Yoga for BJJ membership is just an incredible asset to have in your back pocket when it comes to improving your flexibility, assisting with your recovery, rehabbing for injuries. You're probably familiar with the name Yoga for BJJ because they're such a prominent resource in the space. Again, join BJJ Mental Models Premium and you get free access to that as long as you are a BJJ Mental Models Premium subscriber. So definitely recommend checking that out. Now, if you go to our next tier up, we've got 3 different tiers that we offer for Premium. We also have a coaching tier. Most of the other online academies that you can sign up for are entirely one way. Basically, there is a coach somewhere who is recording their content and putting it up on their site, and you pay them a monthly fee to access that content. But you don't really have direct access to that coach, right? I mean, if you sign up for some famous grappler site, cool, you're paying them however much a month, but are you able to message that person and ask them questions? Are you able to send them your rolling footage and get them to break it down and give you feedback? Probably not, unless you are a BJJ Mental Models Premium subscriber in our coaching tier. So we've got a service where if you join our coaching or a tier or higher, you can upload videos through an interface like what you're seeing in front of you here. It's primarily web-based, but there is a mobile app as well. And we will get quite literally some of the best black belts in the world to break down and provide feedback directly for you. So if you are watching this in video form, what's on my screen right now is a narration that world champion and ADCC finalist Brianna St. Marie actually did for one of our subscribers.
Awesome. That was great. So that's Steve Kwan of BJJ Mental Models. So you got to see, you get access to Yoga for BJJ. I think that's worth the price of the premium BJJ Mental Models, right? Fernando, that's for you, bro. You need that Yoga for BJJ. And then also that coaching tier. So you're getting world champions watching your videos and giving feedback. So, you know, I don't got the time for that. I'm too busy doing these videos. But there's other world champions. You know, they're eager. They're winning. They're eager to help people. And then that system's already set up. I can't help you. I'm too busy, man. I got my own tournaments, you know, videos, blah, blah, blah. But listen, these people, it's already set up. You send the videos in, you get the feedback that you need so desperately. All right, so go check them out. Offer code ALEC. I got everything streamlined. Everything's ALEC, ALEC, guys. You see that? You see this right here? Where's the offer code at? You see this offer code right here? You see that guy right there? Offer code ALEC, guys. Easy peasy, bro. If you can't remember that, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. Let me space it out so you guys can see a little bit, okay? There you go. So with that said and done, let's go on to Marcelo Garcia, your guy's favorite. One of my favorite grapplers and one of Tony's favorite grapplers. Oh, we gotta look at Tony's video. I didn't forget you, Tony. Tony, I didn't forget you, Tony. But let's let Marcelo talk first.
His feet come out of the mat. You know what I mean? You cannot I cannot push him flat and keep his feet under the trees. You're gonna just get his back pass. If I push it back, his feet come out of the mat. One hand stay on the center of his sternum, and the other leg stay outside.
I miss Marcelo with hair.
I'm going to just push his knee between my legs. It's not down. I'm going to just push him between and kick my leg out of the way. Once I push and I control his leg out of the way, I'm going to just be able to establish my knee on his back.
Look at that movement, bro.
Probably he's going to move his hip out.
That cleans our palate from that crazy match from earlier.
And then land on my knees.
Look at that technique, the movement. We gotta watch Arte Suave, guys. We gotta go through Arte Suave one day.
Step outside.
I'll watch. I think it's like 2 hours or something. I'll sit here with you guys for 2 hours easily.
Knee on his back. I know he's gonna move his hips, so I fall, and then land on my knees to control.
This technique still works, guys. You can still do this technique.
Same position, but once I push him back, he will to sit down again. All right, he don't want to stay there. Time. I step. He walks to sit. Once he walks to sit down, I'm going to just get the back of his neck, the back of his arm, and just cross my knee. And get under to flat. One time.
I miss Marcelo with hair, man. That's good times.
Back of the head, his elbow.
Marcelo with the fro? That was the best Marcelo. If Marcelo came out with that afro,
I'm going to push him back.
You weren't going to beat him.
I'm going to push him back. But now, instead of just the way he is, instead of just sit down, he's going to just lock his half guard. Like that. So, I try kick, it doesn't work. So instead to kick, again, I only get just knock his leg to the side. Like that.
The folding pass.
And then just circle. As fast as you can, and as low as you can. Can you go to I land on the side of his leg, so just and get it, do like that. Head and under one time. And go to the center.
Just good technique, man. Good technique. If you guys want to watch the rest of this, I'll let you watch the rest of this.
All right.
It's good technique, though. And just passing drills. Yep. And guys, that was 12 years ago. So, man, nobody was really doing stuff like Marcelo. Let's look up Tony, guys. We gotta shine some light on my man Tony over here. He just did the Ryan Ford Fanatics podcast. Let's see. Here we go. Tony, he right next to Adele. That's good company to keep. I'm subscribed, of course. 1 million. Congrats, BJJ Fanatics. You guys doing it. Well, I would give them a like. And let's see what Tony's got to say. I don't know if he's got the timestamps. Yeah, he don't have the timestamps on here. But yeah, guys, be sure to check out when Tony's video comes out. His instructional. I'll promote it too. So just be sure to look out for it pretty soon. I guess. I don't know.
What kind of jiu-jitsu politics have you run into once you opened your school?
Like the music.
I guess I'm kind of low key, so I'm fortunate I don't have to deal with much of it. And also I think because I'm not affiliated like 10th Planet or Henzo or Alliance, I'm just Iron Horse. So I think that maybe is what keeps me out of it. We have some competitors, but I don't currently actively compete, so maybe that keeps me out of it as well. Especially like Alpharetta, where it is just slammed with people. I mean, I think there's just so many people here that I think you can have multiple gyms, and each gym is different. Like my gym is run different than the other 7 or whatever gyms are in the area.
There's a lot of gyms in
and
our
people are
area.
just going to land where they want to be. Like I said, I like to train with competitors and train almost competitively, even though I'm not actively competing. We have a hobbyist gym for the most part with high-level competitors as well. That's how I always like to train. I trained at a pretty high level. You know, I was always at Alliance training with those killers, Pauls, 10th Planet, you know, Matt Serras. So I run the gym that way, right?
Yo, I'm vibing, bro.
Welcome back to the BJJ Fanatics podcast. I'm your host,
We're just
Ryan
gonna watch a little bit,
Ford.
guys. I
My
can't
guest
watch
today
too
is a
much.
black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's also a black belt in 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. He was a sparring partner for some big names in the UFC, including Matt Serra, Ali Aquinta, and Pete Sells, just to name a few. He's also a former New York City firefighter and a New York City police officer. He's also a military veteran, and he served as a TAC-P in the U.S. Air Force's Elite Special Warfare Team. Today, he runs his own school out of Iron Horse Jiu-Jitsu in Alpharetta, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to be joined today by a good friend of mine and someone who's had a big impact on my jiu-jitsu personally, Anthony Boudillon. How are you today, Tony?
Good, man. How you doing, man? Thanks for having me, bro. This is super
Of course.
Cool.
Dude, I'm stoked to have you here, man. You're someone that I feel like really needs more
almost as if
highlight
they've done
in
this
jiu-jitsu.
before.
And you put in a lot of work with your
Almost as
school.
if.
You're also
Put
one of the
myself
most
in the middle.
knowledgeable people I've come across
Moderating.
in my personal training. And you've been super generous with that knowledge as well. So I appreciate that. And
Thanks,
I'm
bro.
looking forward to sharing your story with everyone. So thanks for taking the time.
Cool. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Yes. Tony, speaking of your story, tell us where you're from originally and what life was like before you found
You guys can hear where he's from.
Yeah, so I was born in East New York, Brooklyn. I stayed there for a little bit. I don't even remember how long. I was pretty young. But most of my family, especially ones that migrated from Italy, we all kind of ended up in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, which is kind of where everyone lives. It's Italian, right?
Yeah.
And then, so my parents got divorced when I was pretty young, so we kind of moved around a lot. I was probably at a new school like every year in my life up until basically high school. So after all that bouncing around and stuff, I kind of settled in East Rockaway, which is a small town on Long Island. It's almost Queens. It's right by JFK Airport. And then went to high school. Right out of high school, I wasn't a school kind of person. I hated sitting in a desk, sitting in a room all day. So I went straight into the military. I think a month. Literally graduated in June, and in August I was in basic training. Yeah.
That's incredible, man. Now, I mentioned in your intro that you were a TAC-P in the Air Force. Would you mind explaining what exactly a TAC-P is? Like, what do you do in that position?
Yeah, I actually didn't start out as a TAC-P. I started out, that's kind of what got me hooked in the Air Force, as a pararescue. PJ is what I went in as. That's probably one of the hardest special operations forces to get into. And I was really good, like, physically with it, but mentally at 18, like, man, I couldn't do it. I dropped. And they put me in security forces, which is like an MP, kind of like infantry kind of thing. Just to make a long story short, I got out of active duty, did some work with New York City, went back in the Guard, and wanted a second shot at that special warfare. So I went in as TAC-P. So what TAC-P is and they redid everything. I got out in 2011.
Uh-oh. Sorry, guys.
So what it was
Don't
when
look
I
at
was
that.
there was you have 2 guys in the Air Force, a ROMAD and a JTAC, and they would get aligned with like conventional units, Army units, Marines, anybody, or special operation units or other agencies. And when the going got real tough, when they were getting overrun, we were the guys calling in close air support. Also just airstrikes, getting the pilots and munitions on the target, or as they say, warheads on foreheads. So that was our job. So we were kind of like the last, like, hey man, we like these guys. A lot of the combat guys like us. I know the Air Force gets a lot of shit from the other branches. They call us the chair force, but the Air Force Special Operations is special warfare is legit, man. So yeah, so that's what we did. It's cool.
Now, I've heard a lot of the jealousy from other branches comes from some of the perks you guys get though, because you guys get some pretty sweet perks. I've heard like the food and the cafeteria and like the lodging. It's supposed to be way better. So it sounds like a lot of hate from the other branches who aren't eating as good as well. Or
yeah. So I was I'm not trying to have any like stolen valor here. I never deployed as a TAC P. Some of my friends did. I deployed when I was security forces. And yeah, I was like living in a tent in the desert, but every Friday night, man, we had lobster tails, steak.
Dang.
And then the army dudes are like, yo, like, we're hardcore, you're not hardcore. And I'm like, we're doing the same job, but I'm sleeping in an air-conditioned tent with an Xbox, and you're like sleeping under a Humvee in the sand. I'm like, so whatever, bro. I'm like, I'm good. I'm happy with my choice, you know, that's all. No knock on the other branches. I love all the other branches, but you know, it's a healthy back and forth between us, you know.
That's got to build some animosity though. If you're watching the Air Force guys eating lobster tails and you're in like a dirt tent, like ripping open an MRE and like pouring hot water into like what's supposed to be peaches and cream of some kind, you know, that's gotta make you look over at those guys like, man, these guys are assholes.
Yeah. But then on the flip side, like TAC Ps are on Army posts, so you don't really get those benefits as TAC Ps, which was also kind of cool because the Army doesn't know who we were, and then the Air Force doesn't know who you are, so you kind of like sort of left alone. You know what I'm saying? Which was always good. When the big government isn't looking at you as much, it's always a better thing, right? So yeah,
for sure.
So yeah, guys, I got to pull up Tony at Iron Horse over here.
It's funny. I about you've
this
been
Tony
a
right
New
here.
York City cop. You've been a New York City firefighter, and you've been calling in. You're in a position where you called in like close air support stuff. It sounds like you like a lot of peace and tranquility.
That's Tony.
You're like kind of a very like zen.
All right, guys, if you want to watch some more of this
kind of person.
Again, this is on the BJJ Fanatics page. They got 1 million. They got 1 million subscribers. You guys see that million right there? Where am I? I'm right here. They got 1 million subscribers, and we scroll down. You know, I wasn't just on my phone, but look. Let me refresh it real fast.
All right, so yeah,
for sure.
I'm over here trying to leave some comments. Hey, yo, Tony. You see, let me get out the way. Yo, Tony Wick. Hey. So yeah, go check it out, guys. BJ Fanatics podcast with Anthony, cousin Tony. All right, so that's the video from Tony. Where am I? Let me move Tony Wick out the way. And last video we're looking at another gym tour. You know, I can talk about all the business, blah blah blah. You guys are like, I don't believe you, Alec. That stuff doesn't work. Then I show you the cool gyms, and you're like, oh, there's something going on over here. So we're looking at Draculino. If you guys don't know who Draculino is, he's Homo Bahal's coach. Some other guys too. Really good coach, you know. One of those guys, you know. You guys know Danaher. Everybody knows Danaher, but were coaches before Danaher that was producing world champions. You know, guys like Fabio Gurgel, Draculino, so many other great instructors just kind of get left at the wayside. But you know, let's look at the school. Check it out, man. This music be getting me hit with copyright, bro. My ears. Sorry, guys. I apologize for that.
Here's our legs and come on the shoulder. All right, guys, here we are at what we call the GB Texas Fortress.
Very professional.
All right, guys, this is...
Get your wallet ready.
Everything starts.
Get your wallet ready, guys.
Nice trophy case that we have, and 99% of them are IBJJF. Actually, all of them, because this used to be so old school that the world's no-gi first place overall for female back in 2022. Professor Felipe Della Monica from a Gracie Bar headquarters was
we're seeing they separate the parents. All the schools separating the parents. You see that?
We sell all Gracie Bar here. So many trophies that you have to put them, some of them right here as well. First green for the schools. Vanessa, this is our front desk. Vanessa, she's amazing.
Guys, don't hit on the front desk girl, man. Don't hit on that front desk girl, guys.
Receiving everybody here, taking care of business.
Awesome
This
space.
is mat area number 1. As you can see, almost 3,000 square feet of matted area with the state-of-the-art
Those like the Dollarmer.
mats.
Yeah, those Dollarmer.
for
Those
our
good mats.
resort.
We got some. Tony got some.
Mat number 1 is where most of the action happens. Mat number 1
Look at that
has
class.
probably 95% of all jiu-jitsu classes. That's where I teach. Like most of the classes that I teach. Steps to get on the more advanced stuff. Go to the basics first. And by the way, our staff of professors and coaches is what makes Gracie Barra unique.
Where's the blue belt? The blue belt's supposed to be teaching.
That we have now is like
You want a blue belt
state-of-the-art,
teaching
but
this class?
Doesn't matter if you have a
Sebastian.
great structure.
Sebastian.
Not an excellent instructor.
Sebastian, get out of here, bro.
So we have actual world champions on the mats every single day teaching.
You want a blue belt teaching all those people?
We're trying to get around him. So if you're in coach's position here, keep your knees up just so he gets a feel for how it works, how he's going to have
The
to
black
work
belt
out.
adult division have Masters World Champion teaching, no gi world champions, black belts teaching as well, and a lot
nice
of
little
like
fitness area.
great professors
Well,
and
that's
coaches
2 levels.
in all programs, gi and no gi, adults,
They can watch. That's kind of cool.
etc.
And they rolling. Self-defense schools. Come on. Gracie Baja and Gracie Mica always rolled.
Era number 2, and that's where all the Muay Thai kickboxing classes happen, and some of the MMA training classes as well. There's we go to our mezzanine, so the second level as well. Actually, one of my favorite parts of the school. Other than the mats itself, of course, we have this amazing lounge that people can wait, nice and comfortable, drink their coffee, talk. A kids designated area that like little kids
That's
can
awesome. Yeah.
wait.
Put the kids over there.
In between classes, sometimes when their brothers and sisters are training, they can be there with a lot of nice toys, with a big TV screen showing like a lot of kids content stuff. They're waiting for their brothers and sisters to train. We have a lot of toys, a lot of things, so they get entertained here. So this is, like I said, we can watch both programs at the same time. You can watch the jiu-jitsu classes, kids and adults, and the Muay Thai classes, kids and adults as well. So I love coming here and sit and watch while enjoying a coffee.
Yo, you can't mess up over there. He can see everything.
Upstairs on the mezzanine, we have 2 restrooms as well. And we have
I wonder
also
if it's
the men's dressing
handicap
room,
accessible
nice
though.
and spacious.
Not sure about
with
Texas, but Atlanta.
Hundreds of lockers.
I think your gyms have to be
some
handicap
benches,
accessible.
and people can actually be nice and comfortable to change clothes and everything.
Yeah,
2
I'm wondering how this
offices
will work.
are upstairs. This is the sales office, the nighttime program director's office, and we have mine and my wife's office. Not my office is Monica's my wife's office, because I'm almost never here. And
Hey, you know the Brazilians always got the wife running the school.
this is one of the things that our architect,
The wife, the husband and wife, always together running that school. You know.
created, and I love it. And then we have also the staff lounge, we like to call it. Well, it's not that bad. You know, staff lounge is normally the messiest place.
Yo, where the staff
Keep
gang
eyes
out?
on
It's,
them
yeah,
all the
it's
time
just-
to make the person.
go get that product, staff.
Doesn't look that bad today. It's a little bit messy. You still have some beads too on the boxes for Gracie Barra to get it. And they have their own lockers here, as you can see. And they have pretty much a
Oh, that's a nice
kitchen
little
here.
locker. Yeah, that's
You know,
awesome.
they have a nice fridge, microwave. We have a filtered water and regular water there. Coffee espresso machine just for them, even though they like to get the other, you know how they are. And a little table that they have this nice view, you know, so they
Nice
can,
view of Texas.
decompressing between classes.
Decompress, you can
hang
look at
out.
the
We have some of
cityscape.
them that actually stay here the whole day. This is one of the
Yeah, I'm just
most-
wondering if it's not. It doesn't seem to be handicap accessible unless they have a bathroom
One of the
on that first
nicest,
floor.
best quotes that I've ever read in my life. The Man in the Arena. This is by actually President Theodore Roosevelt. If
Man
that
in the
doesn't
Arena.
give you goosebumps, man, I don't know what can give it to you.
Let's look at. You know, I like my quotes. R.I.P. to Buvasar Satif. We kind of did that video on him, but is that Man in the Arena? So I'll leave you with a quote, guys. I like a little bit of quotes. Is there a good one to click on? You guys know I can't see. Yeah, I like to leave a little quote, you know, maybe something will settle with you. And let's see. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred with dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again. But there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions? Who spends himself in a worthy cause? Who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement? And who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly? So that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. So that's awesome, man. That was great. Great little read. So that's it for today, guys. Hey, as always, you know, if you guys want to donate to the channel, go ahead. I think tomorrow we're gonna have a special episode. We got a birthday boy who I got confirmation from to do a video on them. So one of my friends I would like to showcase. We're gonna be watching some of his tournament videos, and I'll have his Cash App, his Venmo up if you guys want to donate some money. I'm gonna put up some money, a little bit of money for his birthday too. So that should be a good video, and I really want to do it live, but we'll see. We'll see if I can do it live or I'll do it like this kind of style. But that's it, guys. I'll see you next time in the next video. And peace and good luck out there.